One of my friends last night said to me that fear was a sign of madness, and he was, of course, quite right. What is fear exactly? Well, fear is a product of the mind. Fear is delusion. You imagine something is going to happen. Now, your senses pick up what is happening right now, and that is what is real. But whatever you think will happen in the future is just some neurons in your head which have recreated a alternate reality, whereas there is something of danger which you have to be alert of. And your body reacts to what you imagine in the same way it reacts to things which are happening to you right now, because there is no mental distinction between what is going on now and what you're imagining, because what you're imagining is also happening now. Now the thing itself isn't happening now, but what you are imagining, you are experiencing. So you're imagining tigers. There are no tigers, but your body reacts as if there was tigers. So these imaginary tigers lead you then to start activating your sympathetic nervous system, and you become anxious, and your anxiety kicks in, your cortisol kicks in, your adrenaline kicks in, your heart rate goes up, your breathing starts increasing, you start burning fat around your arms and your legs as opposed to your body fat or your stomach fat, so you can run away from these imaginary tigers. The problem is, in everyday society, we don't actually have dangers happening constantly. Like there's riots, there's murders, there's thieves, there's pedophiles everywhere, but it's not as frequent as we think it is. Fear is always in the mind. It is always a product of the mind. It's a product of delusion. It is complete utter madness. We fear all the time. So there are several ways to not feel this fear, and that is to rationally realize that fear is just in the mind and continue back your day. Or you can do it the more practical way of just focusing your attention on your breath all day long, and thus maintaining here and now and not in the imaginary world of delusion. But we don't want to get rid of fear altogether. We don't want to refer to fear as a negative emotion, because it's not negative. There is no negative positive. Negative and positives are just products of the mind. You fear things because there are things that you need to be aware of and run away of. So what's the best way to manage fear? Well, when you become afraid of something, become alert of the situation. Assess if it's statistically something that is realistic. So, for example, if you weigh yourself and you think you're overweight, be alert of the fact that that's not healthy and you have to do something about it, but don't bother worry that you don't look good, because that's just a silly worry. But the point is that fear is in the mind. It is delusion, it is madness, it is completely imaginary. Yeah.